Happy Friday, all my fellow brothers and sisters in doll. It's me, your buddy Donnie again, with another Dolly review, and as always, telling it like a TI is. And today's video, I decided to title it And Derek Begath. Okay, why Derek Begath? Because, okay, Mattel created Barbie and the Rockers in 1985. They were available, either in late 85, but certainly throughout 1986. Okay, Barbie and her band, all the Rockers. Yeah. In the second generation of Barbie and the Rockers, as we can see here, Barbie is joined by Ken because in the original group it's only the four girls and one guy. Okay, but this is the second generation of the Rockers. In the second generation, they evened out the not evened out, but they sort of leveled a little bit the ratio of guys to girls because basically this is an all girl. It's not an all girl band, but it's just one guy in an all girl band. But this with two men, okay, it evens out a little bit, and it evens out a little bit, and it made me made things a little bit easier for me, and perhaps for a lot of other little boys who weren't allowed, okay, to play with Barbies, but were allowed to play with Kens. So for me, Derek and later Ken have a very special significance because, again, these were boys like me, and I was allowed to play with them. Not, I just wasn't allowed to have female dolls. But anyways, so in 1986, there you go. This Derek was issued, okay, and of course available throughout 1987. Okay, 1987 is a very special year for me because I was in my homeland in Peru. Okay, in Peru, okay, I know I told you in several other videos, BASA in the 80s franchise licensed the Barbie and her friends' characters to several countries in Latin America. Peru, Argentina, Colombia, Venezuela, and Brazil. I don't know. Oh, and Spain. And Spain. Those are the 6 countries I know for a fact produced their own Barbies and Ken dolls throughout the 80s. Okay? Now, in these 6 countries in Latin America, well, 5 countries in Latin America and 1 in Europe, because I believe Spain is in Europe. In these 6 Spanish-speaking countries, they made their own versions, but the thing about those Hispanic dolls made in Spain and the other countries in Latin America were very, very special for us Latino kids in our countries, although we didn't know it as children, but as adults we grew a better appreciation of it. You see, Barbie and all her friends and family and clothing historically has always been made overseas in some third world country. Barbie is Americana, quote unquote, because of her cultural significance. But really, Barbie is no more American than I am because I was not born in this country. Hello. But I am a citizen now. The point is that Barbie is Americana because of culture and because she was created here and marketed here, but Barbie was never really made in the United States, as opposed to these other Latin American countries who made their own dolls. Anyways, with that said, in Latin America, okay, and in Europe, Spain, each country would put their own spin on how their version of a doll would look, okay? And they would make their own spin. I mean, they would put their own spin For several reasons. Number one, because maybe the fabrics that were used in other third world countries, okay, to make the quote unquote American versions of the doll, they didn't have those particular exact fabrics in Latin America, okay, and because the whole point of making producing Barbie dolls in Latin America, is that domestically is to use our own resources. Okay, in Latin American countries, they would make variations. Okay, so again, not only factor number one, depending on fabrics, okay, that would approximate the original look of the doll. Okay, but also there were other changes because I guess the powers that be in each individual country would decide, okay, we're going to take the concept of this doll, but you know what? We don't like that head mold. We're going to use another one. Okay, whatever. And that happened in Peru. Derek Rockers, as you see him, his name Derek, quote unquote, sounds very American, okay, Caucasian sounding Derek, okay. But the doll looks like a chico. He has a very ethnic face. He definitely does not look Caucasian, although he does have bluish, greenish, teal type of eyes. Look at his nose. Look at those lips, his bone structure, his hair. Okay, this is definitely of the representing the melanated people. Either he's supposed to be Latino or Italian, perhaps from the Middle East, Arab countries. You know, again, he's definitely of the melanated folks. It does not look Caucasian to me. Now, Derek rather, okay, when Peru got ready to do their own version of Derek Rockers, for some reason, they did not go with this head mold, okay, which is very, very handsome, might I add, but instead, Peru decided to go with crystal can head mold, okay. This is a crystal can head mold, which I'll be honest with you, is not my favorite. Yeah, it's handsome and all of that, but again, this is not my favorite head mold. You know, as a matter of fact, I was very upset in 1983 when Mattel switched from the Superstar can head mold to this head mold. I was very, very upset. I did not like this head mold at all, but throughout the years it grew on me. So anyways, so BASA, which is Peru's equivalent to Mattel, okay, decided to make their own version, you know, from the neck down, identical as the American version in terms of design, but in different fabrics, okay, and also they changed the head mold, okay. They didn't go with that, but they went with a different head mold. In Venezuela, is a country that I believe they got it right because in Venezuela's version of Derek Rockers, they did use the Derek Rockers head mold, okay, and but I don't have him, you know. Anyways, so this is a very special doll for me because this Derek Rockers is indeed the Derek Rockers that I played with when I was a little boy back in my homeland of Peru. Okay, so he means a lot to me. As you can see, he's extremely well preserved. Okay, and again, in terms of design, his outfit is identical to the American version. But again, just a variation of fabrics. Something that I noticed is that these shoes, yes, these are the actual shoes. Sometimes I do replacement shoes on my dolls because I lost them, obviously. No, but these are, again, the actual shoes that the Peruvian Ken came with. But these shoes, they do not say BASA. Okay, why? Because these shoes were, I guess, leftovers or exported. I guess I get the terms mixed up. From Day to Night Ken. So if you recognize these shoes, They're really day to night cans that they had a huge surplus, sent it to Peru, and Peru used them for their Derek rockers. Now, another variation within the variation is that these Derek rockers that you see over here, okay, Peru produced him in three, I'm sorry, three variations. Okay, this one is the purple variation, which is the theme of his shirt. This little one hand gauntlet. I think it's called gauntlet. Okay, this just for one hand. This little handkerchief. Okay, and his socks. Okay, matching in purple. But there were two other variations. Okay, in the of this can. This can was also issued in red and blue. Okay, again, same silvery, grayish type of jacket and pants. Same white cummerbund and white necktie. Okay, but there's also two other versions of this exact same can, but in variations of red and blue. Red socks, glove, fingerless, one glove, shirt, and handkerchief. Okay, now, because I clearly remember opening this Ken doll that I had in Peru, he came, like I said, this Derek did not include a necktie. Okay, but this Ken did. For some reason, in Peru, they decided to add a white necktie. I guess because it really pulls together the look with the white cummerbund. Now, by the way, this necktie and cummerbund, they are replacement pieces because I lost the originals, when I moved, to this country. So I made these myself, just ribbon and a piece of Botaflex, okay? So this, and he came with this guitar, okay, which is his only accessory because this Peruvian can did not include anything else. He didn't bring a microphone. He didn't bring decals. Nothing. All this brother brought is again, his little pink guitar. Let me put it back one. There you go. Excuse me. Now, if you've been to my channel, you know that I always say that I'm not a stickler for exactitude, but I'm more of a champion for proximity, as close as you can get. Now, because this is the genuine item, if one day I decide to sell him, which I hope it doesn't come to that, I decided to create a backup. Yes, this is my backup, okay, Peruvian Ken Rockers. This, as you can see, it's identical as the Peruvian, but this is really an American issue of Crystal Ken that I customized. This outfit was faithfully recreated, okay, by my very good friend Cindy Lucinda Mills. I don't know whatever happened to her. We drifted years ago. I lost track of her. I know she moved. I asked her husband, or ex-husband rather, on Facebook, and he told me that they're not speaking anymore. But if somebody knows Cindy Lucinda Mills, please, or if you, Cindy, are watching this, please contact me, girl. I miss you very much. We were and are, the best of friends, and I miss you, and I miss your talents. But of course, above our friendship. Now, this can looks like I said. My friend Lucinda, she did a very faithful recreation of the outfit. Okay, and I used a crystal Ken because he's the closest thing to use as this doll. The only difference is that this Peruvian Ken had some brown highlights. I mean, more like streaks, some brown streaks in his hair. While this Crystal Ken, as you know, everybody knows, he just had solid black hair, no streaks. And that's fine. I was gonna try painting on the streaks, but I'm gonna ruin it. That's painting dolls, repainting dolls is not one of my talents. So I leave that to the professionals. And because I am a champion for proximity, not necessarily, a stickler for exactitude, this can will do should I ever have to sell this one. Now, I made both of their ties myself, both of their white cummerbunds, I cut them myself, okay? And another little difference is that this Ken is wearing dark blue shoes. Now, it didn't have these exact same dark blue shoes for my reproduction of the Peruvian Ken, so I simply, he's wearing black shoes. You cannot really barely tell the difference because this dark blue is so dark, it's practically black. But these are actually black shoes. Well, I believe I have taken enough of your time, with this trip down to memory lane. Okay, that's all there is to say about this Peruvian Derek Rockers and my repro version, just in case. Okay, and there they are. Thank you all very, very much for watching my humble little videos. I love you. I appreciate you. You have no idea how glad you guys make me. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And again, please hit the subscribe button and like if you like, and share. I need for my subscribers to reach at least 1,000. Okay. Because right now, I've said this in other videos, my videos are being bombarded with advertisement that I am not seeing a penny from. Make no mistake. All the ads that you see before and during my videos, I'm not seeing a penny out of that. Because YouTube tells me that only when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I can start monetizing my humble little videos. So until then, please help me reach, share. My channel is not PG-13, is just rated G, general audiences, as I keep my content and my vocabulary very, very wholesome and truly family friendly. Okay, my videos are not aimed at children because, well, I don't have anything to say to children other than drink your milk, do your homework, and listen to your parents. But really, my videos are aimed at adult collectors. Okay, but if you adult collectors happen to have children or grandbabies, running around as you're watching these videos, either on your computer, or your television set at home or anywhere for that matter, I feel confident in saying it's perfectly safe. As again, I keep my content very, very and truly wholesome. I stay away from unsavory topics, okay, because again, I have nieces and nephews myself, and there's certain language and subject matters that I do not feel kids should be exposed to, and certainly not, by some jerk who makes, these videos on the internet, such as myself. Certain subjects, I believe, should be tackled by parents. Parents handle certain things. Me, I'm just here to talk about dolls. Anyways, thank you all very, very much again. I appreciate your views. I love you all very much. Have a wonderful Friday. And like my brother said, would say, I say, but I don't always say, smooches.